How's it going, my fellow Soda Giants? Tommy Stagna NYC. It's Tuesday night, YouTube night. Drop a comment, say hello, let me know you're here. It says I have no viewers but one like. That's good, I guess. I'll take it. What's up? Now we got one viewer and 2 likes. Gotta love it. That's the behind the scenes. I'm pulling back the curtain. All right, guys. Devil Dog Dave in the house. Love you, brother. Las Vegas, Nevada. Coming in hot and strong. It felt like Las Vegas, Nevada today. It was like 95 here. What's up, Ryan? I know you are, baby. Tonight's going to be pretty good. Mark in the house, MG11, my brother. Good to see you. Drop a comment, guys. Let me know you're here. Hit that like button. It helps me help you. So what I want to talk about tonight is basically... Gotta take care of this. I want to open by saying this. How many of you think you own your Instagram page? What's up, Mike? Nate? Give me a thumbs up if you think you own your Instagram page. I'll wait for those thumbs ups. Also, smash the like button, guys. What's up, Alicia? Are you ready for a road trip? Well, that road trip's going to be epic, guys. All right. So I don't see any thumbs up. So I will say, as a class, you guys pass. You do not own your Instagram page. You do not own your photos. You do not own your content. Instagram owns it all. YouTube owns it all. Once you upload, I guess, would be the proper technical term. Once you upload something, a photo, content, a meme, you do not own it. Instagram owns it. Facebook owns it. YouTube owns it. Give me a thumbs up if you've ever read any of the 400 pages of the terms of service. Right? Nobody. But in those terms of service, basically, in a nutshell, they tell you you don't own your photos. You don't own any of your stuff. We own it. And they use it, and you hope that they don't use it for nefarious purposes, although that's a debate, right? But they're not like taking your photos and running a marketing campaign without your permission. They're not going to do that. But you certainly do not own the content on your own page. Hey, there's a YouTube celebrity in the house. Big shout out, JT Coin Rings. Love you, man. Very talented. If you're in the market for a coin ring, JT is definitely one of the guys that can make it happen. Really does great stuff. What's up? Nestor, Game Time Waffle House, running those games. Jim Main, I can't wait to see you in Texas, brother. So I wanted to start with the premise that we don't own Instagram. We don't even own our own page, technically, right? And why am I opening up this whole topic tonight about doing what Instagram wants by talking about that? Well, the reason is simple. Because we don't own our own content, we don't own our own photos, I don't know how much of our information they sell explicitly. Like, they're not saying Tom Haines this, Tom Haines that, but they're saying, like, what our behavior is collectively. That's very important to them. Information and data is worth probably more than gold in many ways. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because the platforms are owned, in the case of Facebook and Instagram, by Mark Zuckerberg. If you want your page to be successful, you need to do what he wants you to do. Now let's talk about what that means. So there are ways that Mark Zuckerberg makes money, right? The big one, of course, is advertising. Okay. Now, how do you justify advertising rates? How do I know, should I charge $1 or $1,000? Is an ad in your local newspaper the same price as an ad in the New York Times, for example? I'm sure not. One of the reasons in the print world is because of circulation. Now, on social media, they use a different metric. Now, you ready? So this is important, guys. It's important that you hit the like button because there's 15 people in here and I only have 11 likes, and that makes me sad, but that's okay. I'll be sad, but we'll teach. The metrics they're looking for on social media to sell advertising, right? They're looking for the amount of time people spend on the app, the amount of engagement, the amount of activity. Okay. So that's why it's important to content creators, whether it's YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. Please hit those hearts, hit the like buttons, hit this, hit that, because that shows the platform that as content creators, we're producing something valuable. We're producing something that engages people, right? So it seriously does mean something. That's how they decide, that content creators are producing valuable content and how they're going to promote that content as a platform. They're all powered by very powerful algorithms. And anybody, I'm going to give you some guidelines, but anybody that says they know all the Instagram algorithms, they're lying. Nobody does. I don't think Instagram knows all their algorithms. But there are things that are important. There are things that are weighed heavily, right? So I'm going to try and break this down as best I can as a layman, like much of you. And a lot of what I've learned is just from practical use and some reading here and there. And it's just kind of practical knowledge I've picked up over the last few years, because this is how I earn my living, guys. So it's important to me. And no, I don't know everything. But Nestor in the house, I love you. The Ballad of Janine. Thank you, Janine. So I'm going to start with some do's and some don'ts. Okay. Let's talk about posting first. And I'm going to speak mostly for Instagram, but I'll say that I imagine that on Facebook, it's very similar, right? So we have lots of ways we can post, and I'm going to do them in order of how they're weighted. What does that mean? Because they want you to post certain ways. Okay, well, what do I mean by that? So look, on Facebook, we can do posts, right, that appear in our feed. We can do stories, appear in our stories. We can do IGTV for longer content, right? And we can also do reels, okay? So let's start with a post. Now, if you heard the order that I put those in, that's the order from lowest to highest that Instagram wants you to utilize. They love your posts, right? But the more posts, not always the better. Now, I'm going to get into that for a second too. But let's start with the basics of a post. You can do a meme, right? Like a stock sort of image, or words. Some people put words like, I don't know, words, buy silver today, right? Where you write it out. So, or I can take a picture of a bunch of silver, right? And say in the caption, buy silver today, right? I can also do a video, take a video. Man, great video. And show the silver, right? And say, buy silver today in the body of the text. And then I could go live and show the silver, right? And all those things can live on a post, okay? Memes are okay, but you're not going to be rewarded for them. Photos are better. You'll be rewarded for them. Videos are even better than photos, right? And going live is the best. Now, if you think about what I opened up with about Instagram caring that you are engaging, that you're spending time, right? If I go live on a Monday for 3 hours and I have 80, 90 people in there watching an average of, even if it's 40 minutes, Instagram sort of gives me as a creator credit for that engagement, if that makes sense. So that's very important. That's why lives are weighted so heavy. Memes, photos, videos are great. Videos are great. If you can do a video, right? I accidentally, one time, this is actually a true story. One time I went to take a good morning selfie, right, with my cup of coffee on my iPhone, and I think I accidentally hit live burst or something. But when I uploaded it to Instagram, it played as like a 3-second video. I don't even know what I did. I don't even know if I could duplicate it. But to this day, that little 3 or 4 second video has like tens of thousands of views. Don't ask me why or how, but it's true. And that's how much more video is weighed. It was just 3 seconds of me going with my coffee cup. But that's how heavily they weigh videos. You know, the algorithm basically is that when you make a post, Instagram will push it to about 10% of your followers, right? So this is something that's very important in a community environment like ours to understand the numbers, right? So I have, let's say, 12,500 followers, okay? But somebody has 7,000. Oh, it sounds like a big difference, right? Well, not quite as much as you think, because they're going to take my post and they're going to put it out to about 10% of my followers, 1,250. They're going to take the person that has 7,000, they're going to put it out to about 700. Now you're playing a numbers game. How many people are going to like? Well, boy, I'm 10% of my 1,250, let's say, might like it. So that's 125 likes. Okay. 10% of the person that has 7,000, it goes to 700, they get 70 likes. I only got 50 more likes than a person that I have more than 5,000 followers more than. And that's why people, they obsess over followers, and they never, ever should. Never should. Yeah, that's a good idea, JT. I think it is. And that's why you should never obsess about followers. And I'm just going to segue really quick into a don't. Okay. I don't care if you're on Instagram for whatever reason. You're a seller, you're a business, you sell as a hobby, whatever. Do not buy followers. Do not buy followers. I've talked about this many times. Instagram knows you did it. They know. Don't ask me how, but they recognize it. They recognize it on the engagement. They recognize it on the activity, and they punish you for it. They will then suppress your posts as opposed to promoting them. So how do they do that, right? So let's say that, big mistake. Let's say that of my 1,250 people that they push out my post to, I don't know what the number is, but if a certain number, like, comment, share, okay, and that's another form of engagement in ascending order. Liking is good, commenting is better, sharing is the best. If you share people's stories or posts, it's powerful for their page. It helps their page. Important to know. But sponsored posts, I think, are a good idea because you're actually paying them, especially if you have a business. And I've spent like literally, I think, $10 on Facebook and $10 on Instagram just to kind of see what would happen. And I may or may not do it more in the future, depending. The truth is, I'm as busy now as I can handle at the moment. But for some people, it may pay because they want you to spend money. They're going to reward you to spend money at the end of the day, right? So do not buy followers. Two things will happen: suppression of your posts due to lack of engagement, right? So if your post gets pushed out to 10% of your people and you're getting a significant number of likes, shares, and comments, they'll push it out to another 10% and another 10% and another 10%. That's why people say, oh, you don't see my posts. No, I don't. Many people don't see my posts. I promise you, when I make a post, 12,000 people do not see it. I guarantee it, right? Hey, Chris. Good to see you, man. So it's very important, to understand the way the algorithm favors posts that have activity and the weight of the activity. So that's why a lot of the YouTube guys, they understand this on YouTube. Hit the like button, share it, comment. It's important. It helps get it out there. The gold color, what's up, brother? So definitely definitely make your posts. Do videos when you can. They're fun. You get used to it. Trust me. Do not buy followers. Now, in terms of posts, this is something you hear me talk about a lot of times, right? So now we know that the posts in order of ascendancy, meme, photo, video, live, right? Now, what's important is to be consistent. It's a word that I live by, sometimes to my own detriment. Right? I will be live Monday night. I will be live Wednesday night. I will do post sales on Thursday. I will do post sales on Tuesday. I will be here on YouTube on Tuesdays. I will ship Wednesdays. I will ship Fridays. Consistency. I'm no stranger to it. It gets to be a grind sometimes, no matter how much you love what you do. But posting consistently is important. But you don't want to post too much. Well, what do you mean by that, right? So what happens is if you're posting consecutive posts on Instagram, let's say at 10 a.m., you make a post. 10:30, you make another post. 11 a.m., you make a post. 12 noon, you make a post, right? Instagram will actually treat you, even a bigger account, like you're spamming. Okay? The algorithm, it doesn't recognize exactly what you're doing. It doesn't know if you're selling silver or if you're, saying, look at this, it's beautiful, or posting a photograph. But when you do it over and over and over again in a short period of time, it treats your page like it's spamming. The only reason I get away to a certain extent on my Tuesday and Thursday post sales, what's up, Gino? Good to see you. The only reason I get away with it is because of the C word. No, not that one. Consistency. All right? Consistency. So people know to expect my post sales on Tuesdays. They know to expect my post sales on Thursdays. So from a seller's perspective, or if you're engaged in any type of business activity, consistency, right? That will help sort of override that treatment of your post as spam. So even if you look at my posts, 4, 5, 6 posts sometimes on a Tuesday or a Thursday, you'll see some of them get like 30 likes. Well, how does that work, man? But another one might get 250 in the same day. And that's because that post is being pushed out more than the other one, because they're treating them like spam, like the subsequent posts like spam. So they're not getting out to the same number of people. Really, really good information to have. And Charlie reminded me of something great today with the swipe up. But that's a feature that you need a minimum of 10,000 organic followers for. Charlie Max spamming the comments. So you definitely don't want to spam unless you're creating consistency, right? Remember that. Don't spam. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to stay organized. So before I was saying, the ways to post content. We talked about posts, and then there are stories. Now, up until about the last year, maybe or so, before they came out with Reels, the story was where they wanted your content, because it disappears in 24 hours. So they can force that to people. You got to think that Instagram wants consistent short bursts, and they want people scrolling and going back and forth, staying engaged, staying in the platform. Yes, Charlie, that is right. So it's important to use your story. Now, what happened a year ago is that Instagram decided they needed to compete with TikTok. So Instagram introduced Reels. Now, Reels are the heavyweight of the Instagram world. You will get more content promotion from a Reel than you will from IGTV or a 1-minute video, right? I've done one Reel. Let's see. My videos probably average, I don't know, if I were to make a guess, 800 views. Let me see. I put up one Reel. Let's see if I can find it. The one Reel I did I don't know if you can see that number, but it has 6,866 views. Why don't I do Reels? Because I'm a dummy. But look at that. 6,800. The one reel I did, that's a nice shirt. The one reel I did, 6,866 views. Now let's see some of my latest videos, right? We can check, especially if you have a business page, but you can check your insights, you know. Let's see the videos. Your audience, content shared. One IGTV video. Look, nothing I've done over the last year or so comes close. One of my Florida videos, 3,221 views. Like I said, I average probably about 800. But that right there is your proof that Instagram wants you to do Reels. Okay? I don't use the highlights, and I have my own reasons. But I'm going to talk about that in a way too. Reels. So like I said, up until about a year ago, it was stories that carried the heavyweight. Now it's Reels, guys. And I will be doing more Reels here and there. I just got to understand exactly how it works a little bit more. So we'll get back to that. But it talks about spending money. Yes, and you can do promotions, paid promotions that will lead people to your page, that will lead people to your website. They frown upon selling coins directly. So on your Instagram shop, you cannot sell coins, for example. All right. Let me go to a couple don'ts. And guys, pay attention if you are. I don't care if you're selling as a hobby. I don't care if you're selling as a business. I don't care if you're selling as a whatever, just because you want to get rid of something. Do not put payment platforms in the body of your text. Do not put dollar signs. Do not do those things. I sometimes read people's posts and it says, I'm selling this. Pay me with Venmo or Zelle or PayPal friends and family only. You're just looking for your account to be shut down. You put dollar signs, you cannot sell bullion on social media, right? Officially, right? So you can't sell it in their store. Stay away from dollar signs. Stay away from payment platforms. Listen, guys, I'm just noticing it more and more, and they're shutting people down. Do not block people. Tommy, what about the scammers? Well, if they're a scammer, if you're a good member of the community, you should probably watch what they're doing. My opinion. I try to. Exactly, Charlie. Tommy, what about those trolls? Unfollow. Delete comment. Report if it's abusive. Do not block. Do not block. It's a good. Yeah, you're right, Chris. You're absolutely right. Yeah, Shreky Lou, that's allowed. Because the more you block, the more it almost treats your account like as an aggressive magnet account. Does that make sense? Northwest Stacker for business purposes, public only. Public only. Yep. I think in 3 years, I blocked one guy in Canada for about a day just to teach him a lesson. And I blocked a couple, Russian prostitutes, but I don't block anybody else. I don't block anybody else. One of the reasons, exactly, blocks are monitored. They want to see, if you're just blocking people like crazy, right? And your page is private, and you're not acting in a way that encourages engagement, and your page won't be rewarded, right? They reward pages that are engaging, that produce content, that are encouraging engagement. So things like buying followers, blocking, spamming, certain things. I asked them first. I said, you're too far. Block. I would have blocked them if they were a little closer. Just kidding. So, I'm from Brooklyn. Trust me, I know. But that's I put out a lot of information there, guys. Does anybody have any questions? Like I said, I'm not a professional, and I'm not gonna try to play off as one. But for sure, in 3 years, I've learned a lot about engagement, about what Instagram wants. I joked. A lot of you don't know. There's a couple here that may remember, but I had really bad problems with trolls and haters almost through my whole first year. Definitely 6 to 8 months. I mean, for real. Never blocked anybody. Never engaged. Like that much in the very beginning. But what I'll say is that I learned that by not blocking and by not engaging, the haters helped build my page. The haters helped build my page with good people. Haters will always implode, guys. I've seen it time and time again. Do not engage with them. Do not block them. Let them do as they will. Sometimes it can bother you, but to the best of your ability, let it go. How do I feel about my engagement on YouTube so far? Totally different animal. One of the things I think I'd like to start doing is keep my Tuesdays. You're not wrong about that, Janine. And they picked the wrong guy here. Yeah. One of these days, I'm gonna really talk about. I know Jason Randall's in here. He saw it. There are people in here who saw it, but I will say that it's important. If you really want to grow your page, you do have to have tough skin, thick skin as it grows, for sure. But do you guys have any questions? I think this is a really important topic, especially in a community environment. So, about my engagement on YouTube. I was going to say, haters make me famous. That's almost true in my case. I went through some really hard times, though. It was tough for a minute. So, Charlie, I want to go back to that for a second. How do you feel about your engagement on YouTube so far? I'm really grateful that a core group of my supporters come from Instagram. I'm grateful for people like Janine, who I think you're more on YouTube, I think. It could be better. But I think I have a couple of things I need to do because I don't think I'm doing exactly what YouTube wants. And once I sort of tweak that and figure that out a little bit, my engagement will go up. But I'm very happy with it in general because, like I said before, give me 1 second, Shreky Lou. I will say that this is a very relaxing night for me. I love my Tuesday nights just to connect with you guys, Dianellis and Alicia and Shreky Lou and Charlie Mack and, Janine and Ryan and, a lot of you guys, I just really enjoy this type of a setting outside of a sales environment. I do want to grow my page a little bit more, and I'm probably going to start doing like short videos, like 1 to 2 minutes. I was doing it for a while, and I didn't feel like it was going, too far. But maybe I will revamp something. Do I see myself doing more duels with YouTube people? Maybe my coin versus your coin type of videos, week to week or month to month? Yes. So I do want to develop a more of a podcast style with other community members. Like I did with you a couple weeks back, like I did with Miles Standish via the phone. And for you guys who've been following me for a long time, you know that that's something I did very early on with Instagram. I used to do interviews, whether it was Dixie Silverminer doing the live pour, Miles Standish, Becca's Comic Trunk talking about comics. When Pops and I first became friends, I said, let me talk to you about Morgans. And we would go dual live on Instagram and just have conversations much like this. So it's certainly something that's in my blood. I think that's the move, Janine. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. I used to do a lot of interviews. I'm trying to remember who else. I did Jake Hero Bullion, who went live today. I love Jake. We went live to talk about stuff. I've talked about comic books, knives. We used to go live. I went live with Mooney Metals when he was quarantined forcefully due to COVID from the cruise ship. So for you guys who were here in like March of last year, yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, definitely, I've definitely done a lot of that and would like to get more into that. So, guys, there's a lot of stuff happening. Charlie in the house. I hope, give me some feedback. Did you find tonight's information useful? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you found it useful, just so I know, right? And then I'm gonna get off and I'm gonna go check out Brenda Silverlips and Becca's Comic Trunk are live. Videos from meetups for sure. And my Stackers essay, not the Stackers essay contest, the Stackers television concept that I was working on for so long. Thanks, Charles. I appreciate that. Dean Ellis, Chris, Devil Dog Dave, Shreky Lou. But I love you guys. Thank you for doing this with me. I'm going to see you guys on Instagram. I'm going to check out Becca and Brenda. I'm going to check out DeLorean. Lots of good guys live tonight. Jake, MI Stacker, and Hotshot Coins. I think they're doing some auctions and games. Do I have a return policy? I was going to make a joke, but it's a serious question. Of course I do. I think anybody that knows me knows that I want everybody to be happy 100%. So if you're not happy for any reason, I got you. You know what I mean? Send it back to me. When I get it back, I'll refund you the money. If it's somebody that I've dealt with 1,000 times, you're going to be good. You're going to be taken care of. So that's a serious answer to a serious question. So, but for real, I love you guys. Silverport, behave. All right. Behave, Silverport. But I love you guys. Jumbo Randall, day one friend, Scoop 30. How you doing? How you stacking? But I hope you guys really did find tonight helpful. I hope that some of the stuff, thank you, JT. I feel the same way about you, man. The positivity, the content, mad respect, brother, for real. I really do have a lot of respect for you. Likewise, Robert, I couldn't do it without the people. Nobody can do it by themselves. In fact, JT was the first person that brought me live on YouTube, and he kind of interviewed me. And I think I flunked the numismatic questions. That's when I was in Vegas. But thank you guys. Alex, my brother, Charles, love you guys. I'll see you over on Instagram. How you stacking?